Hey guys, before I get to my update, I got some good news. Somehow I managed to fix my YouTube videos which were playing with the black screen. I'm not sure how it happened, but I just happened to reset it and somehow it fixed itself. I'm going to make this as quick as possible today to maybe make sure it doesn't take so long to upload. So first of all, I have to say Soundwave was great. Still disappointed about Megadeth and then eventually Newsted. More bands ended up dropping out. But bands like Amon Amarth, Five Finger Death Punch, Trivium, Satyricon, and even Brisbane's Dark Cell were great as well. So, yeah, Korn, Alice in Chains, Devil Driver, Mastodon, they were all the best. I have to say I quite enjoyed Amon Amarth, Five Finger Death Punch, Trivium, Korn, Devil Driver, and Mastodon. But I'll get onto it now. So got a few new releases, and first up here is this is Sonata Arctica. They're a Finnish power metal band. This is their new album Pariah's Child. Got some great songs like the opening track The Wolves Die Young, which they released a video for, and also songs like Running Lights, Cloud Factory, and the slow balladry type Love. This here is the new Steel Panther album, All You Can Eat, and that's the special edition, which has a live footage from a show they filmed when they were here in Australia. I think that was from their Sydney show. It's actually a lot. The rest of the album is a lot better than the two songs Party Like Tomorrow's the End of the World and Burden of Being Wonderful they released. But yeah, it's really great. I really love Pussy Whipped and Glory Hole. Bukaka Tears, that reminds me of Megadeth from the Cryptic Writings album. And yeah, I have to get the only album I still need to get now is Balls Out and their British Invasion DVD. So luckily I managed to pick up their first album, Feel the Steel. So okay then. I've got another new release here. This is Icesurf's Plagues of Babylon. And that's the first album I bought from them. This is a special edition with a DVD of the making of the album. Got some great songs like the epic opening title track, and it's great songs like Democide, The Culling, and Resistance. Yeah, this is their second album with their current vocalist Stu Block, formerly of Into Eternity. And this was recorded with a drummer named Raphael Saini, and I think now they've got John Deddy, who played for both Anthrax and Slayer last year on Soundwave. And I also just managed to pick up their last album released in 2011, Dystopia. So this was their last album with Brent Smedley, and the first with Stu Block. And I have to say I really like the opening title track, Dystopian Anthem is also a really great song. And this one sounds more thrashier than the new one. Like, they seem to have changed styles. They seem to be like the Dio, Maiden or Manowar of the 90s. Like, they formed in the 80s but were pretty much more introduced in the 90s. So, moving on. Next up I have here is the Satyricon's latest album, self-titled. This is the first album from this band I bought. Like, we had a small instrumental opening of Voice of Shadows, and then an all Norwegian first actual song called Tro Og Kraft. And then there's I also really like Our World It Rumbles Tonight and Nocturnal Flare. And then there's Phoenix, which they had a guest vocalist called Severin. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but so there you go. There's also all these recording session and remixes of a few songs on this version as well of Phoenix, I Will It Rumbles Tonight, and Nats. So it's here I finally got around to buying Nightwish's latest album, or their last album, which came out in 2011, Imaginarium. Like, I've got to get their new DVD, the Showtime Storytime, soon. So, and also got my birthday coming up on May 2nd, which is less than a month away now. This will be my 21st. So. Yeah, this one has some really great songs. I really enjoyed this one. This was their second and final album as of September 2012. Well, actually no, it was the start of October 2012 when Annette Olsen left and was replaced by Floor Jansen, or Jansen, how it's pronounced. You know, the J's are pronounced as Y's in European countries. So, yeah, so that's the few Finnish bands I know. I actually really like European bands, so there's a fair few. And last but not least, I've got here is Five Finger Death Punch's War Is the Answer. Like, this one had some really great songs. This was released in 2009, so the only album I've left to get now is their first one, Wave the Fist. So this has some great songs like Dying Breed, Hard to See. And I also really like Bulletproof, Burn It Down. And then this was where they had their cover of Bad Company's song Bad Companies. And this is actually a great song. They did throw that in there, so that's the other way. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say now. So I've been loaded with heaps of new releases this month, including Delane, Lacuna Coil, Black Label Society. And next month we've got some Epica, Xandria, and Down 4 Part 2 coming out. And we also just had Pantera's 20th anniversary of Far Beyond Driven come out. I think they're celebrating the 20 years of each of their albums since Cowboys from Hell. In 2010 they celebrated Cowboys from Hell. In 2012 they celebrated Vulgar Display of Power. Now they've celebrated Far Beyond Driven, so I'm not sure if I'll do any more, but that'll have to be it for now. So thank you. Please subscribe and drop a comment below if you can. Thank you.